Well, my friends, I'm gonna tell you what. My laptop got motherfucking jacked. God damn it. You know, these things will happen. You know what I mean? Life is motherfucking hard. My car got broke into Thanksgiving morning. And my book bag, my laptop, my microphone, and all the bullshit was sitting on the motherfucking front, fucking passengers, fucking floorboards. And it got fucking robbed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I am without a laptop. So this is how we're going to get our videos for a little bit. Until either, like, the first week, second week in December. Or until we get to a point where, you know what I'm saying, I'm able to afford another laptop. One of the two. Dude said he'd send me a laptop. We'll see what we can do. I may have to do some upgrades. We'll see the situation. You know what I mean? I'm not real sure what's going on at the moment. But in the meantime, I do got a story for y'all today. So, Terrell Pryor played in the NFL. He was an Ohio State quarterback. And unfortunately, while he was an Ohio State quarterback, there was like two other quarterbacks there. And they had a problem that most teams would love to have, where they had two amazing wide receivers. Legit, right? They had two just spectacular wide receivers. And Terrell Pryor, you know what I'm saying, ended up catching a motherfucking injury and shit. Hold up, let me throw this motherfucking defroster on real quick. Right. And when he did so, he ended up getting converted over into a wide receiver. So he ended up going to the NFL as a wide receiver. He played for like 5 different teams, including the Raiders, the Jaguars, the Packers, and somebody else. He ended up getting cut by a bunch of them. And he's a Pennsylvania boy, so he ended up moving back to Pittsburgh. And he moved in with his female about a year ago. Now, when he moved in with this female, he ended up standing here having one of those rocky relationships as you could possibly imagine, right? Where, you know, when you meet somebody and you're an NFL fucking star, you know what I'm saying? You're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. He wasn't a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? He was making like hundreds of thousands of dollars and shit, right? To making nothing. And you still rocking with this female, and she a hood rat bitch, you know what I mean? That's what she is. She the type, you know what I'm saying, who's chasing motherfuckers up the goddamn ladder. You know what I mean? Hypergamous as a motherfucker. And she ends up standing here, getting drunk. He gets drunk. They get into an altercation. And she decides to stab him in the motherfucking chest and stabs him in the shoulder. He leaves out of the motherfucking house. They grab him and drop him off in front of the hospital, where they find him at 4:30 in the morning. Now, they did arrest the woman, but her and her friends literally said that they should have just let him die. All she was doing was defending herself. Now, they had previous motherfucking altercations. This was one of those type of relationships. Now, for those of you who have never really been in a relationship or been in a really rough fucking relationship where you're constantly in a state of bullshit with a broad, you know what I mean? Like, for me, like, what I try to leave, you know what I'm saying? Like, I bounce, like, fuck that. And then the broad comes looking for you, and you over here, you got feelings for the bitch, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, you know, it'll get better, I'll change, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? We can make this work, da 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 da. Usually they'll try to tie you down with a baby, which they did to me, you know what I mean? And you end up going back and forth with a motherfucking broad and shit. So, at the moment, he's in critical condition in the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, right? Which is a fucking insane thing, because she legitimately stabbed him in his upper fucking chest, right? And stabbed him in the shoulder. I don't know how much blood he lost, but he lost a lot of blood. And I'll be real, I was looking at the comments from this bitch, like, man, listen, like, I was like, the comments from the article, man, y'all racist motherfuckers need to chill the fuck out with that nonsense. Like, real shit. Like, it is fucking unnecessary for motherfuckers to stand here and be like, oh man, this is fucking nog and all this other bullshit. Man, look here, all right? This is a dude who's 30 years old, all right? And I mean, I can remember being 30 years old. It was only like 6 years ago. But this is a dude in his 20s who, you know, was a college star athlete. He's seen massive amounts of success after coming out of nothing, right? And he went and got into the NFL, got drafted by an NFL fucking team, and he has lost, he achieved his dreams and lost all of them. And let's be real, I know dudes like this. Like, I know guys who legitimately, like, yo, they were drafted for fucking college, right? Signed letters of intent and ended up getting in a car accident because they were out hanging out with their friends, getting drunk and high and all the bullshit that goes with that. You know how that one operates as a young man, right? And he stands here and, you know, my boy, who went through this shit, he ended up, like, turned into this life of crime because he was expecting to, like, go to college and make all this money and be somebody, and he was coming from nothing, as most of us was where I came from, right? Dude's like 6'6", you know what I'm saying? Fucking skinny dude, play ball. He could have been anything he wanted to be, but he broke both his legs in a fucking car accident, right? Ended up having all that ripped away from all the work he did in high school and junior high to be this fucking amazing sports star and all this shit and practice and everything, right? Gone. Years of dedication gone in an instant. You know what I'm saying? Off of one fuck up. And, you know, so now he's 18. He was that dude. You know, he wants to continue to try and be this dude, but he can't. Like, he doesn't have that opportunity to do so. So he turns into this whole life of crime type of situation where, you know, he wants to go back to being that guy, like earning respect as a, you know, as a young man when you haven't really, you know what I mean, had a career. You know what I'm saying? Like, on a human level, psychologically, that damages a motherfucker. You know what I mean? That really does. It fucks with your psyche. Right? And you got to figure out everything from scratch. And you're starting 12, 13 years behind everybody the fuck else. And everybody's looking at you like, oh man, you know, fucking, you was that dude, what happened to you? Oh, look at you, you bum ass motherfucker, right? And all your friends who you thought you had all of a sudden now, like, you know what I mean, they're like, fuck you, we don't care about you, you know what I mean, you're a piece of shit, right? And it's one of those things where it's like, man, look, imagine being that motherfucker. Like, real shit. Imagine being that person. You know what I mean? Like, as a man, I can completely understand that. It's no different than a dude getting divorce rate. It's legit. It's no different. Going from working your dick off and having everything, you know what I mean? Having a family and a wife and a house and, you know what I mean? Like, I had a boat and cars and all that shit, right? And you lose everything in a matter of weeks, and you're back at the bottom again with the rest of the pack that you already left behind once, right? And the rest of the pack, you go home and you're like, man, look, man, I tried and I fucked up. And they're like, man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You left us all behind and shit. And now you're completely isolated and alone and by your fucking self, and you have no clue what's going on. And this fucking bitch got her friends there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to attack my man, because there was 3 broads and 1 dude. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, he grabbed a hold of this bitch, you know what I'm saying, and pushed her towards the kitchen. He's like, yo, bitch, stop fucking talking to me like that, you fucking dumb cunt. And she fucking stabs him in the fucking chest. She ain't got no marks on her, ain't no black eye, ain't no motherfucking broken nose, ain't no fat lip, ain't shit. She ripped 2 of her fucking fake nails off. The fuck out of here. And they gonna charge him with assault while he's laying in critical condition from being stabbed. They're gonna charge this dude with assault. Real shit, man. Recognize the situation you in. Know what the deal is. Find teammates around you. Have people around you to guide you who's been places before and who has done shit. Because it can make all the difference. You know what I mean? Between like this bullshit, life and death, a lot of times it can make all the difference. Having somebody there who just knows what the fuck is going on. Real shit, man. But anyway, it's Tom P's of P Noy News. Figure out to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try and do this, you know what I mean? We'll see how the fucking this works out. Peace, like one, man. Later.